I'm literally drinking a Diane Abbott tinny.
I see how you didn't offer me one.
I've only got one left. Do you know what? I've got one from Morrison that's in there. It's 50p. I dare you to drink it. Welcome to your Millennial Unfiltered Mother podcast, aka Your M.U.M podcast. I'm your host, Christiana, and I'm here with my good mate, Cathy, again.
Hi.
What are you saying?
Not much apart from the fact that you're not offering me any.
Drink that one. Drink that one from Morrison because it was 50p. And I went Morrison and I was like, what? It was like a hot summer's day. I was thinking, yeah, get a few tins, go Hyde Park. And I thought, 50p, yes! Drink that drink. It tastes like...
You can have that one. This one looks good to me.
This is passion fruit martini.
Yes, please. Thank you. I'm the
No,
guest.
I'm good. You just had paracetamol, like, sure.
You didn't need to announce that.
Do you know what? I'm in my feelings.
Okay.
That's why I'm drinking in the middle of the day. It's what, 1 o'clock?
Oh, no, it's closer to 2 now, so you get a pass. Hey, almost 2 o'clock, exactly.
Exactly. So, right, I need to tell you about what I experienced this week in terms of taking Seth to a model agency.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll go from the beginning, yeah? I don't even know when the beginning was. I got an email about inviting Seth, like they wanted to invite Seth down to a test shoot for, and what's the M? I'm naming and shaming. M? I think they're called M. I don't know if it's M models or just M.
I was wondering whether you're going to drop names.
I don't know. I'm naming and shaming, yes, because these people are wrong-uns. Well,
Ooh.
yeah, they're wrong-uns. I'm sticking to it.
Unfiltered.
So, yeah, trust me. So I thought, cool, man, yeah, because do you know what? I've been getting it from the minute he was born. Oh, he's so cute. You should sign him up to do this, sign him up to do that. And in the beginning, I wasn't on it. I just was like, yeah, he's cute. He's a good looking little boy. But that doesn't mean I'm just going to be like, here, put him on all the Pampers, put him on all the, like.
Take my child and put him in the H&M advert.
Right. So then people can be now hashtagging, tweeting, all these issues with him. No, I'm not having it. I'm not my child. I'm not doing it to my child. So in the beginning, I weren't interested. Do you know what I mean? I don't know that I am now, but I kind of thought, you know what? All right, cool. Let me see what this is all. Let me see what this is all about, because I've gotten a good few DMs on Instagram about how cute he is and how well he dresses, and that's a pat on my back. Thank you very much.
Yeah, he can't dress himself just yet,
right? And he looks great. Cool, whatever. But it's just not really been in my mind to have him modeling. Go to this test shoot now. Honestly, the journey there was a nightmare, but that isn't besides the point. A half an hour journey turned into an hour and a half, so I was already in my feelings. I get there now. The building was not child safe, child friendly, buggy friendly. I was, trust me, all these things I was like, this is an issue. The stairs were like these steep steps. Even I was struggling.
You had to go hiking with a buggy.
So I had to literally just leave the buggy. I had to leave it by the door of this sort of industrial building. I left it, just by the corner, because I couldn't carry up these, and there was a few flights I could not carry. I wasn't even going to try. I had all these bags with all these change of outfits and, all this stuff. So it just wasn't going to happen. So I just sort of left it and thought, what, I have no choice. So we get there now, and the studio, again, not really child friendly. It was quite small. There were these sort of stairs that took you up to the dressing area, but it was just open. It was just wasn't safe. It just didn't look safe. So I thought, okay, cool. I need to keep Seth close to me. And the people there, the staff there were just they were just these young, caked up makeup, crop top, and it's raining and freezing. Just
trendy in the winter.
Just that kind of gang. Fine. There was one older lady, some big teeth on her face. Clearly, got them done. There were two white You know, they were ridiculous.
Going for it today.
No, I'm just saying, that's what she looked like. Yeah, I'm fully in my feelings. Anyways, there was this cute little girl there. She was about 3 years old. Her parents didn't really speak much English. But, you know, her and Steph were literally making up noise. They were being kids. They were being kids running around, playing with the 2 little blocks of toys that they had in that whole building.
Nice.
But you know what? It's an agency for adults and children. So it just wasn't child friendly though. They had these 2 little blocks.
Adults and children, shouldn't they cater?
They weren't catering for nothing. Anyways, the little girl went first. They just brought her the same dress, but in 3 different colours. Because they asked you to bring 3 different outfits, and I'm thinking, why is it my responsibility to bring 3 different looks? I kind of felt a bit like, shouldn't you provide a bit of, I don't know, but I kind of felt under pressure. So even me preparing, I was like, right, this outfit. I was proper like,
talking to you the
I
day
was
before, you're like, I don't know what.
No, I was stressing. I was all on online shops thinking, what can I quickly buy? And I thought, what am I doing? I'm going to put him in 3 outfits and let that be that. Do you know what I mean? Like, cool. Anyways, the little girl went. And when it was Seth's turn now, it was like 5 p.m, by the way. Seth was just full of energy, I have to admit. But it was just this cornered, curtained off little area. Like... It just was not fit for no photo shoot. It was not fit for no child. Do you know what I mean? It was just all this kind of claustrophobic sort of black curtained off area, some massive little umbrella light, and then some stupid boy with his little camera. And like Seth was just there, just sort of just spinning around thinking, what kind of family have you got me in? Like, obviously he doesn't know what's going on. So hold on,
the photo shoot took place in the cordoned off small area.
It was literally some corner
of this
small
place.
studio. It's a smallish kind of studio.
Okay.
So I was like, what? That wasn't even what pissed me off. What pissed me off, was this stupid photographer boy, telling me, get him to stand up, get him to sit down, get him to pose, make him come to you. I'm thinking, who you barking orders at? Who you barking orders at? I was like, what do you mean get him to sit? I literally was like, what do you mean get him to sit down? He's going to sit and stand and whenever the hell he wants. Just take pictures. I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to do? You cannot tell me to tell him to stand up, sit down, Like, number one, he's 1 year old. You knew that. And, you know, he's gonna be faffing about at the end of the day. You know, as I feel, I've been in situations where, you know, he's had a photo shoot, like a nursery or whatever. And the photographer was amazing. Like, he had this little bubble machine thing. He was animated. Engaged, you know, he was engaged. Like, you know, like, I feel like he was a child, like, photographer, basically. Yeah. So this boy was not. Yeah, and the fact that he was barking, he was barking orders at me, telling me, get him to stand up. He's like, who are you talking to?
What did you actually say to him?
I literally was like, I can't get him to do anything. He's going to do what he wants. You're just going to have to deal with it. So, you know, I was doing my bit. I was like, hey, Seth, look here. You know, I was, you know, but, you know, he wanted to play with his switch. There was one switch he switched off. And it consequently switched off the music, his lights, his everything. I just thought, this is not clever. Yeah, this isn't clever. That switch, of course, is the most enticing thing in this whole corner. Do you know what I mean? Of course, that's the one thing he's going to go to. And if that's the thing that controls everything, why is it right there? Yeah. Like, have sense. I'm laughing. I laughed. It was funny. Everything switched off and I found it funny. But he was all in like, he was all whispering under his breath. He just had a really stink attitude. Like, he just was not, you know, that's just the kind of person who obviously is not really around children much. Right. Do you know what I mean? So I went upstairs, changed his outfit, looked wicked. And, you know, in this outfit, you know, he was actually doing quite a lot of good poses, like by accident, like on the floor. And it was, you know, he looked quite great. And then the last one, he wasn't on it. He just weren't on it. You know, the time of day, you know, that little confined space, you know, telling him to do this and he just...
Also changing him 3 times.
Yeah, it was...
You're lucky that you actually got him into the 3rd outfit.
Honestly, it was a lot. It was hot. Like, I was getting hot and bothered, you know, and it just was not a pleasant experience at the end of the day. And, you know, another thing that got on my nerves, well, not got on my nerves, but it kind of made me think, it was like some of the parents, you know, there was one woman who was there with her 6-year-old and obviously the parents that had their 3-year-old. The way they were like, sit down, you know, to their kids and don't make any noise. Your clothes, your hair, I have to brush your hair again. oh, be careful. They were just being so hard on their children because they were trying to impress these people, you know, that clearly are not around children much, that are clearly all like thinking that they're, you know, better than everyone in the room, you know, with their little crop tops and their little stupid shoes. Like,
you're proper in your feelings.
No, I just kind of found it interesting because fair enough, cool. You know, you want your child to be this child model, child star, but don't, you know, don't pressure them like this. Don't talk to them like the way they were going on with their kids. Like, I'm not telling them no one has to talk to their kids. Talk to your kids however you want. But, you know, they were doing the most. You know, their kids were just being kids. They just was, you know, restless. They wanted to play. They didn't want to be in this small studio they didn't understand why they're there taking pictures. And it was just tough for them. And I obviously was letting Steph run rampant. Like, I was letting him do whatever the hell he wanted.
But Steph has energy and he needs to burn it somehow.
Like, he's a child. That's what he's supposed to be doing, as far as I'm concerned. You know, you got these little 2 blocks. It's the only thing he's playing with. And where it's placed, it's like there was this gap where it was like, I can't explain it, but like he threw one of the toys down because it was fascinating. He threw it down like he wanted to see it fall. And then the stupid photographer was like, that almost hit my camera. Literally how he said it. I went, so? Like, and? Do you know what I mean? It got to the point where now I'm starting to be a little bit like snappy because you're being just their attitude, just their demeanor. You know, the older lady came up and she was being fake polite, you know, speaking to Seth. And Seth was being normal Seth going, talking his loud, whatever. And then I almost pushed her. What she did, she was like, are you shouting at me? You're shouting at me. That's what she said to Seth. When he was just talking his normal, self, like, whatever. Oh, you're shouting at me. I'm thinking,
what?
No, I didn't like that. I didn't like that. I was like, no, he ain't. He's talking. That's how he talks. Do you know what I mean? And I could feel the South London the South London girl be coming out.
Your shoulders just got boxy just then.
Brethren, I wanted to send for this woman. I wanted to send for her because I was like, who are you talking to about you're shouting at me? The way she said it, it was as if to say, you know, he wasn't behaving well, or, you know. And I didn't like that.
No.
You know, they in these environments they expect you to control your child. You know.
Yeah. I don't like that term.
I hate it.
And I'm just waiting. I am waiting for someone to even try to say those words to me about my boy.
They said it to me. They said it to me on the bus.
I'm just waiting. Like, I bite my tongue for a lot of things, but I'm going to let loose. Someone try and tell me.
That whole, you know, it's just that whole behavior. You know, they look at you as a parent, literally to make your child sort of stay like they're dogs or something, you know, just obey your every command. And it's like,
but then they I think people understand when animals or pets do not behave in the way that we want them to, because they're like, oh well, they're I don't know, a wild animal, or they're a dog, or they're domestic, or whatever it is, and we want them to behave in our way. Children are their own person, right? Yes, as they grow up, we shape and mold them and their environment and other people, but at the end of the day, they lack understanding at the moment. So there's only so much that you can actually control.
Yeah, I just hate that. And just these snide little one-liners and these snide little looks that almost hit my camera. Like, fuck you. Like, straight up and down. Like, honestly, it took everything in. I think it was because I was with Seth and there were other children, you know, in the studio, is why I didn't lose it. But I was, you know, they were pushing it, man. Like, I was getting to the point, you know, the point where I just sort of got our belongings and left, or started to begin to leave, was the whole that almost hit my camera thing. it was like after he'd taken his pictures and stuff like that, and I was just like, okay, like I'm about to snap, like I can feel it. I'm getting hot. I'm literally sweating out of anger, and you know, I need to leave the situation. And you know, I'm obviously, there's nothing to control. Seth was, you know, actually just being energetic, being his normal great self, running around, screaming down the place, you know, shouting at his little new friend. And, you know, he even gave her this bit of energy, because when we got there, she was just sort of sat there, you know, because she was, you know, her mum had told her, and the mum and dad told her to sort of sit down and don't move. They didn't want to mess up the dress. So when Seth came in the building now, she's all running around after him. She even kissed him on the lips. I was like, hold on.
Oh, actually,
yeah,
I saw
yeah.
that.
I saw that on my phone. I was like,
the Becky that.
Yeah, the Becky that kissed my child. I weren't on it. But like, you know, as soon as Seth came in the room, she you know, brightened up, and she was playing with him, playing with toys, and they were running around, they were screaming down the place. They were being children. Yeah. And that's what I like to see. Just because we're in a model studio does not mean that they need to be sat down silent, and that is what the other parents wanted for their child, to be sat down still, do not move. That 6-year-old is who I felt the most sorry for, because her mum was doing the most. Oh, well, now I have to rebrush your hair. Do not move. Watch your clothes. Watch how you're sitting, your clothes. It was like, because you want your child to be all over, plastered all over TV. This is how you're treating them.
Is it really going to take all the time in the world to rebrush the hair? Like,
leave the girl alone. But you know what? The way that the photographer was behaving, and then the other girl, and then the manager, you know, that is, I think, what they wanted. That's the kind of you know, they wanted that kind of level of.
They wanted one. Oh, so well behaved.
All of that, and it's like all of them children, they were well behaved. All of them, yeah.
Yeah, but their understanding of
well behaved is quiet,
is
prim and proper, put together.
Sit
and
down,
it's like,
shut up. We don't see you. We don't hear you.
Model management, whatever you want to call your useless selves. You have no business having children on your books. You don't know how to, you know, operate yourselves around children. You don't know how to entertain children. You don't know how. You don't have patience with children. You have no business. Yeah.
Shots fired. I'm looking at this pushback.
Shooting children. I swear down, if there was a way I could like review or like whatever, trust me. And then the cheek, let me say the cheek. She, at the end was like, yeah, you know, there's a couple of people interested in Seth. It's just his portfolio. You know, you're gonna need his portfolio. We can use these images that we took today. They're gonna cost prices are from £250. I thought, I know a con. I said to her, my exact words were, I know a con when I hear one.
Oh, you said it,
like, yeah. Yeah. What?
Nice. No,
that's I know a con when I hear one.
Yeah.
And you know, she was like, she didn't know what to say. She was just like, well, kind of attitude. And I was like, I was done being in that place. Like, I was so over it. I just needed to go and get my child home, because the journey there was a nightmare. I needed to just get back to South London at the end of the day. So that's why I was fully in my feelings that day. I just kind of thought, you know, cool. I like the idea of Seth modelling. I do.
Why?
You know, I think he looks great. I think he wears clothes well. I think that's why I enjoy sort of dressing up in different sort of styles and outfits or whatever. He wears clothes well. And it's great. And honestly, he needs to start earning his keep. Yeah, he's eating me out of a house and home. But I'm not willing to go, you know, through the lengths of silencing him and trying to tame him and trying to sort of impress other people by, you know,
suppressing him.
Yeah. I'm not willing to do that like those other parents are willing to do. I'm not doing it. Because sorry, I don't see that being appropriate. I'm happy to go to another agency, another test shoot, but it has to be an agency that are specialized in sort of child baby models.
Yeah.
Because they will have the right photographers in the studios. They'll have the right studios, open space, you know, not this confined corner. Yeah, like they'll have a bit more patience, you know, because they know that they're dealing with babies and toddlers, and you're not just going to get what you want on cue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to have to capture the moment. You're going to have to capture it yourself. don't bark commands at me telling me get him to sit, get him to stand. Like, you know, like, who are you talking to, you stupid little boy? Like, I'm sorry, I was so angry. Like, I was just so, and I really, really just sort of held, you know, myself together, because trust me, it would have taken one thing for me to blow up. But there's other kids here. I'm with Seth. I can't, you know, act out the way I want to at this point. So that's my that's my story. I just kind of thought, I don't know, you know, I just want to be very careful of the environment that, you know, I put him in, because that wasn't very positive.
Something positive for our little Seffy boy.
The guy that asked me to control my child was on a bus. It was a bus. Idiot. It was an old man.
Why did he ask you?
Seth was being a happy-go-lucky. He wasn't crying. He was just talking to himself on the bus. And the guy turned around and was talking to my sister. He was like, "Is that your child?" My sister was like, "No, it's my nephew." He was like, "You know, can you control him?" Or I'm sat behind her on the bus watching this go down. I'm thinking, I was like, listen, don't be telling no one to be controlling nothing. Dude, that's my child you're talking about. He doesn't need controlling. He's a happy boy. He's making his little... But what I liked was that everybody on the bus actually chimed in to cuss him out.
Yes.
That's what I liked, you know. Everybody chipping in going, "Oh, you're miserable. You're just miserable." So I didn't need to really go in on him, because the whole bus had him banged to rights. But yeah, I just don't like... Some people are just miserable. Like, just what's your issue?
Because when I'm on the bus with Ethan, he likes to stare people down if they have food. If they are eating on the bus, just know that he will be staring you down, waiting to get some.
Yeah.
If you are sat behind us on the bus, he will try to climb over the seats to get it. And
kids
like,
being kids.
If there are children around, guaranteed he starts up a conversation. I
love that.
And sometimes, yes, he gets excited and he screams. Yeah. I can't tell him not to scream. It's 6 months.
Do you avoid sort of getting on the bus during rush hour?
I do try, for the mere fact that I can't be asked if people keep touching my buggy. Like, why are you putting your hands on my buggy to steady you? Like, I don't like
to steady. No, hell no.
Like, it keeps happening, and people squeezing in between the two buggies and standing there. Like, please, like, don't do that. Leaning oh my, just leaning up against my buggy. I'm like, my son is in there. This personal space. Like, move yourself.
It's funny when I'm trying to get on the bus and then someone's just sort of stood in that area.
Oh,
and they go like they can't see me.
No. I was like, you can move now. Excuse me. Like, out. Because I don't know what it is.
Those are the people I don't have time for.
I am ruthless now. I didn't think I would be. But yeah, I haven't got time for it. Sorry, I need to get into this space before the bus drives off, because sometimes they're reckless when they go off, and then you end up kind of getting a bit unsteady. And plus, trying to maneuver that corner if you are the second buggy in, you need to do that stationary if possible. So whoever's standing there, you need to vamos.
I actually like the whole bus politics, because don't play with me. Yeah, you see the buggy come and move. Yeah, this is the same thing with tube. I don't get why are you standing there? You know that you're going to be the first one that has to move when someone in a wheelchair wants to get on the bus, or someone with buggies want to get on. You know that you're going to have to move from this area. So why park yourself there? And then you're getting all frustrated when a buggy does come on the bus, or a wheelchair user does use the bus. Even like, just move. Yeah, go stand somewhere else where you're not going to have to huff and puff and move.
You know what? That's one thing that gets me a bit frustrated. But another thing is people sitting in those two seats next to where the buggies go. Yeah. People just watching you. Yeah. I'm like, sorry, no, I need to sit by my buggy. I'm not going to just leave my buggy there and walk to the back of the bus. Mate, get yourself up. And sometimes I'm like, sorry, excuse me. Yeah. Or if they're in...
they're no business. They think that you can stand, but to be fair, you can stand.
Yes. It depends how long the journey is, for one. And two, if I'm taking Ethan out of the buggy...
then you have priority.
Because he doesn't like to be in the buggy when we're on the move. Like he wants to see what's going on.
Yeah.
So sometimes I take him out, but then I'm like, oh, so you see me take him out and now you're gonna run to the seat. Cool. Some people
are just annoying. Why are you sitting in the priority seats if you don't want to move?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. Like, you're there with your active body self. Yeah, you can sit.
Active body.
You can sit over there. If there's no space downstairs, walk yourself upstairs. Innit? Like, what's your beef? You should already know that you're gonna be the first one that has to move when somebody needs those seats. Yet you want to be the one turning your face, looking outside the window, like you can't see what's going on.
You get those too, okay.
You got your headphones and you're just looking down like on your phone, like you can't see what's going on. You will get tapped and told to move. Like when you know these are priority seats, just don't sit there, because if you know you're the type that's gonna be all like, oh, don't sit there. It's as simple as that. People just like trouble. They say with the tube, you want to sit on these priority seats, clear blue sticker above your seat. Yeah, this is the one that you choose to sit on when it was an empty carriage. Yeah. Now you see some of the whole bump rolling up onto the tube, and then you want to be looking down, looking left, looking right, like you can't see them.
Oh, that used to annoy me.
That happened to me so many times when I wore that badge loud and proud. Yeah, right on my tit. So no one can go on, like, because before when I first started wearing it, I thought I was cool. I'll put it on my little side pocket. On my leg. I put it on my trouser because I didn't want it to be all that. Very swiftly did I realize people ain't trying to check for that badge, so I started wearing it right on my boob, thinking, yeah, you can't miss this. People still want to look down, look left, look right, going like they can't see you, and it's like, don't let me embarrass you, because you don't want it today. I will literally tap you. I will call you out and be like, do you want to move? I don't want to call people out of their seat. I want chivalry to still be alive. Get up.
Yeah.
And be happy to get up.
I used to feel quite embarrassed about it, because I used to take the tube into Central to work, but people would call people out for it. It's like, sorry, there's a pregnant lady here. Can you get up, please?
There are people out there like that, you know, and those are obviously, I think, people that have experienced, just the blatant rudeness of people just choosing not to look up. It's like, then don't sit there. That's just my whole point. Don't sit there. Like, you know that you're going to have to be the first one to move.
Yeah, it's true.
And you know you're going to have a problem with it. You know you're going to moan about it. You know you can't be bothered. You know you got about 12 more stops, so you don't want to have to lose your seat. Listen, when that train starts getting busy, you know you're going to have to move. And then when you move, you're going to have to stand up now because everywhere's busy. Yes. Like, use your sense. Don't sit there. Find another seat where, it's yours. Ain't no one trying to tell you to come out of the seat. Do you know what I mean? Like, people need to start having sense these days. And then therefore, it's just like, I don't know what people's issue is with people that need priority seats. Like, I've really experienced
priority.
I've really experienced some people have some just disturbing behavior. It's like, with their tight face. Like, why are you sat there?
No, it's the what makes you a priority and not me kind of
maybe
thing.
It's the old lady who literally took 10 minutes to get to this seat that needs the seat.
Yeah, but
maybe it's this person that's got a small child.
All day. I've been standing on my feet. I am tired too.
You have the ability to climb the stairs. You have the ability to just sit on the seat behind you. If it's full and those are the only ones free, just know that you're sitting there, and there's a possibility that you're gonna have to get up for somebody who actually needs it.
Yeah.
Like, sort yourself out. Do you know what I mean? Some people are just so rotten ass people, man. That's how I see it. I just kind of find it. Me, even if I'm sat next on those seats, priority seats next to Seth, as soon as I see someone that needs it more than me, I'm up and out of there. I don't 100%. Need to actually sit down. A lot of time I'm stood up, depending on how long the journey is. And, you know, a lot of the time I'm just stood up like next to him, or I even go and sit somewhere where I can see him or whatever. But because he's cool, he just sits people watching, what he likes doing, and watching the doors all open and close. He just likes doing that. But, you know, I'm more than happy to get up if I know I'm sitting here. You know, I'm more than happy to get up if I need to. Some people are just so why London is so miserable.
Yeah, I don't.
What's in the water?
Do you want to know?
I need to know, because that needs to be extracted. People are just too, and I can't really say that it's people that haven't got kids, or it's people who have never been on used crutches, or people who have never, you know, I don't know.
No.
Because some people are just, or some people who are also quite miserable are people who have grown children. So they're done. They're done hearing kids cry. They're done hearing kids, you know, they're over it. Yeah, they've had a lifetime of it and they're done. All their kids are now in uni, have flown the nest, and they don't want no more parts of it, and have to keep dealing with it on public transport. This is the world. Like, if anyone should understand, it's you, brethren. Like, sort yourself out.
It's so true.
For honest blog posts about single and co-parenting, tips and advice on kids' style and recipes, head over to notestomamamablog.com. And to see me and mine living our daily lives with vlogs and some mummy hacks, head over to my YouTube channel, search Notes to My Mama, and you'll see us there. Do you feel sexy?
Yeah. Yes, I do. I was about to swear.
Why? Swear then, what?
No, I do. Like, I look at myself, I'm like, damn.
That's good.
Like, you grew a human. and you are still providing nourishment for a human, and you look this good. Yes, please.
Yes, honey. Yes, honey. That's what I like.
And I think, this is a bit odd, maybe not, that my stretch marks kind of add to it. Like, I look at myself and I look at my stretch marks.
Where are your stretch marks?
Well, I've got stretch marks pretty much everywhere, but mainly on my stomach and on my hips. And I'm like, yeah.
That's hot.
I
My stretch marks ain't
yeah.
lit. My stretch marks ain't it.
What?
I've got stretch marks on my stomach.
Yeah.
They're not hot.
Why?
But that's because you're skinny.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You are. You are.
No.
What do you mean no?
You're saying
do I not have ice?
But you're saying I'm skinny like I'm a size 8, 10. I'm not. I'm not even a size 12.
Yes, you are. It's only because of your massive bum.
My thighs do have a bit of meat, but
but that's good. You actually feel sexy.
yeah.
Sometimes I do. After about, I don't know, 3 or 4 rum and gingers, I'm the hottest thing in the room.
So the last time that we went out and you wore that is it patent?
Patent?
Is it patent? What's the word? It wasn't leather.
When did we go out? Oh yeah.
The patent black
mini
skirt.
It wasn't that mini. Don't try it.
Mini.
That wasn't that mini. That wasn't set. I was wearing like an oversized tee with it.
Tucked in tight.
Oh my
Yeah.
I can't say that day I felt
did
sexy. I was just casual. I was casual. I was normal. I was wearing trainers.
With a mini.
Oh, days. So just because I wear a mini skirt, I've got quite a few. Like I'm not like a midi skirt kind of gal.
Well, I don't. Since the only time I've worn a dress really to leave my house when I was pregnant was for a Christmas party and for my, what's it called? My luncheon, my baby shower luncheon thing. But I didn't really wear dresses. But I don't wear dresses. I tend to wear combat trousers or
And you feel
jeans.
sexy in them.
Yes!
It's because you got a big bum. I'm telling you now, that's what it is.
I don't know, from once.
Because you got shape.
Maybe. And these boobs.
And your boobs are bigger.
Oh my goodness, these boobs. Okay, there's pros and cons. Like, the
So
fact
what? Big
that
boobs?
yeah, the sleeping position is.
Listen, don't be telling me about big boobs. No one can tell me about big boobs.
This is very true, but coming from where I have been to
Yeah.
where I am now, I was a fan of sleeping on my front. Now I'm just like, where do you put them? Like, where do they go? Also, the
tuck it in, park,
I'm like,
fold.
do I separate them? Do I lift them up? Do I kind of like, what do
Honestly.
you do?
Honestly, at this point, I don't know. At this point, I do not. It just does its own thing. It's got its own passport. It's got its own identity. I don't have time for these tits no longer.
Yeah. And the fact that I actually like the fact that I don't wear underwire bras.
Keep showing off.
No, it's for the fact because when you're breastfeeding, it
Okay.
kind of restricts.
Right.
But since pregnancy, like they tell you, and it's not comfortable, and it kind of made me feel really sick to wear the underwire.
Yeah.
So I stopped, and I just haven't gone back. And I've been looking at bras that don't have
it. Yeah.
Yeah, but have enough thickness underneath to try and keep them
I don't think
in
I
a
have a
reasonable
choice.
position.
I don't have a choice.
But
And bras are actually hurting me. But even underwire ain't holding shit. Do you know what? I need to start shopping in that. What's that Rihanna brand now? Savage by Fenty.
yeah.
Because it needs to live up to the hype. Because that's the kind of thing that I need.
Yeah, well, there's been mixed reviews about it.
I need to try it. I need to try something. Yeah. Because all these M&S Bravissimo, they're not doing it. They're not holding me up.
I was about to ask about Bravissimo.
What about Bravissimo?
If it's any good. Like, I actually don't
Some
know
of
what
it
size
is.
I am.
I don't.
I have no idea. I just get extra large in the bralettes.
See, but you can do that.
Like, I got one out today.
You can do that.
Jiggle.
People with tits like mine, you can't just be going to know any outlet to be getting any bra. You have to go to these specialist stores,
Yes.
Bravissimo, M&S, whatever, and you know.
Yeah, when you're heading to the end of the alphabet, yes. But
Yeah.
I am still like, I don't know, maybe 6 letters in.
From when you can buy bras in outlets and stores and shops, you're good. You're laughing. You're nice. From when you can't, then you know the bras are costing £38-40.
Yeah.
Like it's out of order. But anyways, I feel sexy sometimes.
But do you feel sexier in or out of clothes?
In.
Oh, I feel sexier out. Like when I'm just get out of the shower and I'm standing in front of the mirror, I'm just like, yeah, baby.
No, I'm like, put clothes on. Put
Oh.
clothes on quickly.
Like my body feels great. My face, we won't go there because
What?
I'm ever since I became pregnant. Yes, it was a miracle. By God's grace. But I had started breaking out. My face has just had acne that I never had in teenage years.
Yeah.
And I'm still experiencing it. So I'm forever like, my pores look huge and my face is just like, Rrr. Haven't done my eyebrows or waxed my moustache in the longest time, but I never really used to do that too often before. But I'm just, the fact that the general, I don't know if it's health of my skin, it is crap. And the dark circles.
But you still feel sexy.
Yeah. Like my body, I look at my body, I'm like, yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because my face is cool. Like, I got a good face.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why I'm like, cool, yeah. My face with clothes.
Oh.
Do you know what? I don't know. I feel sexy sometimes with and without. No, more time with, depending on the outfit.
Yeah.
And it's actually more recently, I've said to myself, you know, chuck away all the house clothes, all the things that you call house clothes. Chuck them out.
Why?
Yeah? Because enough is enough. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, because those are the things that contribute to me not feeling sexy.
Okay.
Those are the things that contribute to me feeling a bit sluggish or me feeling a bit like, whatever, man. I'm just walking out of the house looking anyhow, even though I'm just going to Tesco, you know, and, you know, it contributes to me feeling like, you know, not attractive. So, but I am attractive. Like, I am. Like, you know.
Yes, mama.
Full blown attractive. But these things don't help. So, yeah, I said one by one, I've just been throwing away these things that I constitute house clothes in terms of I won't wear this out. Throwing them out. You know, even if I'm in the house for the majority of the day, I need to be dressed.
Really? I can't
because
be
that
in the
way,
house.
that way, and I feel like I'm being a lot more productive that way. I feel like I actually get more done if I'm, you know, if I look good, and I'm more motivated to sort of go to places that I wouldn't really think to go anyway because I can't be bothered to get dressed. I can't be bothered to wear. I'm actually forcing myself to do it because hello, single life. I'm single, and this is the thing. You can fall down the trap of
Me too.
Oh, I've got a baby. This. Like, who's checking for me anyway? Who's doing that? No, like I need to be living like I'm single. Do you know what I mean? Which is always being, you know, always sort of being ready to meet a thing and see where it goes. Trust me, when I'm coming out to Tesco and I've just got my little tracksuit on that I just wear around the house because it's got all these little picky bits on it.
That's my life.
And I see someone, I'm just gonna look at them and look straight away and walk past, and not ever think about them again. Whereas if I actually look good, and my hair's done at least, and you know I can still be with Seth Amaganza, I might give him that little few seconds longer look.
Okay.
To suggest,
but that's self-confidence, in regards
it
to
contributes,
like,
So, you know, even more recently, I'm feeling a bit more sexy because I'm making a bit more of an effort every single day, even if the majority of my time is spent indoors or around the area.
Oh, I can't be indoors dressed. Like, I need to be free. I
mean, I might be dressed and not have a bra on.
Like, as in, like, I can't be in the house. Like, when I'm indoors, the first thing I usually do is change. Like, as soon as I come in from outside, if I've been out for the day or whatever, even if I know that I'm going out later, I have to take those clothes off.
Yeah.
And put on my harem pants or throw on a t-shirt. Yeah. But then I'm a kind of throw on and go kind of girl, regardless of what I'm wearing.
I think I'm that naturally
jeans,
as well. Hate jeans.
A t-shirt, I'm good to go.
I think I'm naturally that as well. Just throw on whatever's clean and then just go about my business. But, you know, I think, you know, I have to start. For me, I have to stop that because I can easily get used to that. And then, you know, I start having conversations about not meeting anyone and not going anywhere. It's because I'm too comfortable just doing this sort of throw on sort of business. And who am I helping? I'm not helping myself. Do you know what I mean? So
I've always been that way. So
I feel sexy sometimes.
Oh.
70% of the time.
Oh. That's still okay, you know. That is better than.
I think that's fine. And even when I'm out with Seth, like sometimes I kind of make it a point to look good because, you know, it's easy to just sort of throw on what's comfortable because you know you're going to be with the baby all day, hopping on enough buses, hopping on enough tubes, and it can get a bit much. But you know, I take the time to make sure my makeup looks good, my hair looks good, my outfit is all looking crisp. And I can just sort of feel better, just, you know, in terms of just carrying on about my day and not feeling all floods. Because I'm young, do you know what I mean? I'm single.
That is your type of, you're that type of person. And you were
I used to be. Yeah, I used to be.
Yeah.
And then, trust me, I stopped being that. You know, I stopped being that.
I've never been that.
Like, well, you don't need to. That's like I said, because you got a natural body.
But it's not just the way. It is. This just reminds me, but her face. Like, she's got the body, but her face, though. Like,
that's not your case. No, I'm not having that.
That's that what you're saying? That's what you got the body. No.
Nah, that's not you.
I'm just a chill when it comes. I rarely put makeup on. I just can't be asked.
I don't even know how to do it.
Me
I know how to do it wrong, but still look right. That's how I don't know how to do it. I don't sit there watching people put on their own makeup telling me how to do it. I don't understand what you're telling me. I don't get it. And I don't care to get it. Do you know what I mean? I don't care enough.
I can make it look good for me. That's done.
Thank you. Yeah. Like, I know that, you know, people are all asking me, oh, what foundation? Oh, and I'm looking at them thinking, are you mad? Like, I've literally thrown this on and I still look this. I don't care enough about makeup. I don't care enough about these brands. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Someone the other day suggested I do a makeup thing for my YouTube channel. I was like, does my YouTube channel look like something that makeup should be like, just sort yourself out, please. Like, I'm not interested, you know, I'm not interested just because, you know, I've got a few YouTube videos. You could have
just said no thank you.
No, but sorry, some people just need sense. Some people need sense. And just knowing, yes, it's not enough.
It's a compliment. They were trying to
no, I don't want to know. I don't care. I don't like it.
Thanks.
I don't like it. And this is someone that's probably not ever watched one of my videos ever. So they're just chatting rubbish. Like, there's enough people doing that, and you know, good luck to them, but that's just not my steez. I've never cared about, you know, things like makeup and all of that. Even though you see me with it, cool, but it's never been my steez, man. It's never been my thing. But each to their own, Joe. I can't come and die.
You haven't said that in ages.
I can't come and die. I can't come and kill myself because of fashion and beauty. Anyways, it was lovely speaking to you, my darling.
You too. I'm still waiting for my martini.
We gotta go shop. That was my last one, and I actually want some more tinnies tonight. I'm staying at home. It's a Friday night, and I'm staying at home drinking Diane Abbott tinnies.
Hey, child free.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me just put that in there. I had to come and save you. Emergency.
Before people can't try to tell me I'm drunk in front of my child. Yeah, but you guys to bed at 8:30. So what's your own? How did you know I wasn't gonna drink it after 8:30? So,
but you
mind
are
your motherfucking business. And let me drink my Diane Abbott tinnies in peace. Okay, bye.
Catch you.
I'm literally drinking a